Good evening, friends, and welcome to this weekly press briefing. I'll begin with a short announcement, and then we can go straight into the Q&A. My announcement is regarding the visit of the Vice President of China. The Vice President of China, His Excellency Mr. Li Yuanchao, is on a visit to India from November 3rd to November 7th. This is the first visit to India by a Chinese Vice President in the last 60-plus years. He arrived in Aurangabad on the 3rd of November and visited the Ajanta caves yesterday. Last evening, he traveled to Kolkata. In Kolkata, he paid a visit to Jadashanko Thakurbari, which is the ancestral home, as you know, of Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore. He's scheduled to meet the Chief Minister and Governor of West Bengal. These visits highlight deep cultural linkages, ancient as well as contemporary, between our two countries. The visit of Rabindranath Tagore to China in 1924 is still remembered in China. Vice President Mr. Li Yuanchao will arrive in New Delhi tonight. Tomorrow he will have discussions with Vice President Shri Hamid Ansari, followed by an agreement signing ceremony where the two leaders will witness the signing of MOUs in the fields of water resources and culture. Vice President Li will also call on the Prime Minister and the President. The visit of the Chinese Vice President is part of the intensification of high-level exchanges between India and China. Since the formation of the new government in May 2014, Prime Minister Modi has met President Xi Jinping 5 times and Premier Li Keqiang twice. Vice President Shri Hamid Ansari had paid a visit to China in June 2014. So that was the only announcement I had, and now we can go straight into the Q&A. Ranjit.
The MOU on water resources relates to Brahmaputra or what?
I'll have to check on that and get back to you. Yeah.
Sir, Nepal has raised the issue of blockade at the UN in Geneva, and India too has spoken about the human rights violations there. Has the bilateral standoff now got an international dimension?
No, there is no international dimension. I mean, what India said at the UPR is part of an internationally agreed process as part of Nepal's membership of the UN, as part of our commitment at the United Nations Human Rights Council, and various countries come as part of the UPRs, and other countries make their suggestions and recommendations. So our recommendations to Nepal was as part of that particular process. But as far as the issue of blockade is concerned, let me once again categorically state that there is no blockade by India. The number of commercial cargo vehicles are moving daily to Nepal, between 400 to 600. In fact, I can give you the breakup also if you are interested. On the 30th of October, 748 vehicles moved. On the 31st of October, 627. On the 1st of November, 473. On the 2nd of November, 308. And on the 3rd of November, 271. As of yesterday afternoon, the number of vehicles awaiting at 6 out of the 10 trading points capable of handling commercial cargo was 6,906. Out of these, 4,800 were at Raxaul alone, and 1,500 were at Sanauli. So as you can see, we are still making every effort to send as much supplies as is possible to send to Nepal, but the problem is that the main trading point, which handles 70 to 80% of commercial traffic between India and Nepal, Raxaul Birganj, continues to remain blocked.
This sort of shortage of supplies in the Kathmandu Valley, it will create even more resentment against India. Is there any fresh move to allay those fears and, bring down that rising sentiment in Nepal?
Look, the problem in Nepal is a political problem, and it has to have a political solution. That is what we have been urging Nepal consistently from day one, and that is what we will continue to urge Nepal, that there is a particular problem in Nepal caused by disaffection among a section of the Nepali population. The sooner the Nepali leadership reaches out to that particular section and, reaches some kind of an accommodation, the sooner our supplies can resume, which have been caused entirely by the blockade existing on the Nepali side of the border. Aditya.
Well, I have a related question on Nepal. We've accessed this video in which it is shown that the Indian national is killed. Actually, he was unarmed completely. He was wearing that particular black shirt. That is from the main gate of Birganj. Would you like to confirm or deny that? One. And secondly, Indian Prime Minister had spoken to the Prime Minister regarding that particular incident. Nepal maintains that the action had to be taken at that point in time, but you have commented strongly on that. What is the position on that particular incident?
On that particular incident, Aditya, the factual position is that our embassy in Nepal has sought an investigation report from the government of Nepal. Let us await that report.
Nothing on the video?
Well, as I said, the video will be part of the investigation, I would imagine. Anyone else? Yeah.
Thank you, sir. This is Venkatesh from Dinamani Tamil Daily, sir. As promised by the Sri Lankan government in releasing the 86 fishermen, again, in meantime, the 34 fishermen have been detained. What is the reason behind the delaying process of releasing the fishermen, sir?
No, there is no delay. As I said, this is a process in which the two governments, speak to each other. We work out the modalities. We get the fishermen released. And currently, our government is engaged in precisely that process, through diplomatic channels, trying to secure as early a release as possible of the Indian fishermen currently detained in Sri Lanka. Kalol.
Sir, can you just give us a little bit of an idea about the culture-related agreement that you plan to do with China tomorrow?
As I said, I do not have details of the two agreements, but I can get it for you and send it to you subsequently. The details, the water resources that he has asked, and on the culture one.
Yeah. Thank you.
Parul.
I was wondering if you have any statement to make on the current political situation in the Maldives. The Vice President has been impeached. Reports have just come in, and a state of emergency has been declared. So do you have anything to say?
Well, all I would say is Maldives is a close neighbor. As you know, we monitor developments in Maldives very carefully. It's important for us to know what's happening there. And we are, of course, monitoring developments there pertaining to the state of emergency and today's impeachment of the Vice President very, very carefully. No, I mean, I have nothing fresh to share with you. Yeah.
I'm Devendra. Is there any update regarding Nepal's Prime Minister, KP Oli, Delhi visit? Because last time you mentioned...
Is there any?
Nepal's Prime Minister, KP Oli, Delhi visit.
Delhi visit?
Yeah, right.
No,
because last time you mentioned about...
No, when our ambassador had called on him when he first became Prime Minister, he had expressed an interest that he would like to visit India. Subsequently, as you know, he did send his Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister, Mr. Kamal Thapa, to India. We had conversations with him. And as and when a visit by him materializes, we will certainly let you know. Yeah. Srinjoy.
Sir, is there any update on the Gita blood samples issue?
I have nothing to
and
share with you.
Also on Chota Rajan.
Chota Rajan also, well, you have seen the team is there and was expected to bring him back, but for the volcanic eruption. So hopefully the eruption has subsided. Akhilesh Suman.
So yesterday there have been some statement in Geneva from the side of India.
Correct.
And is there any development in India-Nepal side?
No, there is no development. I mean, as I said, this was part of the Universal Periodic Review of Nepal. We are members of the Human Rights Council, and we made a statement in light of what was happening in Nepal. Well, the statement is available on our website, but if you want me to... We noted the concerns expressed by UN human rights bodies, UN country team, and Nepal's own Human Rights Commission over continuing incidents of violence, extrajudicial killings, and ethnic discrimination in the country. We urge the government of Nepal to investigate and take credible measures to prevent their recurrence. Problems facing Nepal are political in nature and cannot be resolved through force or a security-based approach. As a close and friendly neighbor, India has consistently appealed to the government of Nepal to address all challenges in a spirit of dialogue and reconciliation. And then we made the following 4 recommendations. 1, consolidate the constitution building and democratization process by accommodating all sections of Nepal to enable broad-based ownership and participation. ensure effective functioning of Truth and Reconciliation Commission and full implementation of its recommendations, including prosecution of those responsible for violent insurgency, ensure the independence and financial autonomy of the National Human Rights Commission, and set up an independent commission for children and women. We also said that India, with deep-rooted historic and cultural ties, will continue to extend all assistance to Nepal for peace, stability, and socio-economic development of the country. So this was the statement that was made yesterday by a representative in Geneva, and it's available on our website. No, there is no response from the Nepal side. Yeah.
I would like to know whether the domestic helps from India traveling along with diplomats, are they traveling on official passports?
From India, going
along with our diplomats.
Yeah, they are service staff, so they travel on official passports.
The domestic help also.
The service staff travel on official white passports. Yeah. Yeah.
सर इस छोटा राजन उसके पास से वैलिड इंडियन पासपोर्ट पाया गया था जो इंडियन कॉन्सुलेट ऑस्ट्रेलिया में है, उन्होंने वो जारी किया था पासपोर्ट. क्या इस बात की जांच की जाएगी कि किन
इसकी जांच की गई है और उसका पासपोर्ट रिवोक कर दिया गया है. क्योंकि वो फर्जी नाम से वहां रह रहा था सिडनी में और फर्जी नाम पता देकर उसने पासपोर्ट बनवाया था, वो पासपोर्ट रिवोक कर दिया गया है.
So, how do you view the Nepal foreign minister saying in the UNHRC that like trying to implicate India in the blockade, and the statements tantamount.
Yeah, but if you see para 5 of our statement, we responded to that, in which we said obstruction referred to in the Honorable Minister's statement is on the Nepalese side caused by Nepalese protesters. And that's the actual ground situation. The Raxaul, Birganj and other crossings have been witnessing sit-ins and protests by the Madhesis on the Nepalese side, and they are not allowing cargo traffic to go through. I think we have exhausted all the... Okay, Vinita.
Just curious to know, how did Chota Rajan's passport get made at the first place with a fake ID, with a fake name, with all fabricated addresses?
Well, it's not the first time a fake ID has been used for a passport, and may not be the last. But as soon as we come to find about it, we take action, as we have in this particular case. क्या है पहले? I first check the question, then before I allow the second question. क्या है?
Suggestion is there regarding Truth and Reconciliation Commission in Nepal. It has been working, effectively in Nepal, but India government has questioned on that commission as well in Geneva. So can I get some detail?
No, we have just said that ensure the effective functioning of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. That's the recommendation that we have made. That no point having a commission which is toothless, which does not actually result in truth and reconciliation. So that's the only recommendation that we have made there. There being no other questions, then I think I will call this press briefing to a close. Thank you all.